I honestly thought I already reviewed or talked about Semiramis like back in February, but I think I was just like moving at the time and just never covered like all those JP servants that are going up on that were on rate up, like all the previous Valentine servants. So my bad on that. Semiramis is going up on rate up for the Apocrypha rerun, and it's okay. I love her design. Like, she looks like a fucking queen. Her gameplay though is confusing, but it has its lore reasons why. So, starting off, she's an assassin, so her star gen is going to be really good. And she has 4 hits on her quick card. Unfortunately, she only has 1. So, when I talk about... she's a servant that needs to get buffed. Let's just start off. She needs to get buffed. But the way I'd buff her... I'll get into it in a little bit. MP charge, it's only 0.39 because she has a triple arts deck with 4 hits on them and a 5-hit extra attack. So this is not going to do much besides gen stars. It's not going to gen much NP because her base is so low unless you have her second skill procced. So first skill is a 30% battery and reduces all enemies debuff resistance for 1 turn. I actually forgot that this was a part of her battery. I genuinely forgot that this was a part of her battery. It's fine. If it can go up to 50%, that'd be cool, but I think there are better buffs you can do for Semiramis than just like making this a 50% battery. I don't think that solves her issues. Second skill, this is like the lore thing. First, she increases MP gen by 40%, which is higher than most. Like most 3-turn buffs or MP gen are usually 30% that you see more commonly. Like Paracelsus is the only one that has as high as 50% that's targetable, and Nero Bride. Sorry, I almost forgot Nero Bride. And she also gets she also like becomes part caster, so she's like assassin and caster. So, but she doesn't have any downsides of being a caster, so she can still take out riders. And she's not going to take extra damage from casters. So this is like cool. After I go over this third skill, I'll come back to what needs to get buffed. So third skill, you need to have crit stars for this. Inflicts poison on all enemies and reduces their buster resistance. Big one is a 50% buster down. Buster resistance down. This is a buff that works really, really well as a sub DPS. Like running with Koi and Skaya, like you like swap her in, pop this, and now every single buster servant you're gonna use is gonna hit like a fucking truck. Because stacking buster buffs isn't gonna do much, or doesn't do much in terms of damage. Different buffs and debuffs really help out damage, and this is a big one. Like the 8 crit stars, it's like it's a demerit, or sorry, I said demerit because that's here. It's like it's a thing, but it's like not that hard, especially in Koi and Skaya, because she drops like so many stars. Yeah, so the buff I want Semiramis to have is that she like on one of her skills, because she hasn't gotten any of her skills buff. Like on one of her skills, I would like it so that her arts cards gen stars. Because she's an assassin with only 1 quick card. She's not genning stars. Having like the Dioscurus thing will allow her to fulfill her role as an assassin in genning stars. that is extremely hard for her to do. Either that or make her MP and Arts MP, but they've already buffed it, so I doubt they're gonna do it. Like, it's not impossible, but they kind of have to make up their mind whether Semiramis is like a buster. Like, I doubt they're never gonna change her to an Arts because of this skill. Like, they're not gonna do it unless they make this like Giga Brain and like changes it to change your MP, and like whichever type you choose, that's what resistance down you do. Like, that would be crazy, but I don't think they're gonna do it. Passive skill, she has Star Gen, so it's actually like 31. Arts performance, so like her arts cards are really good, like especially with the skill up. Debuff success rate, very good for this, and stacking with this, they're different. She has a buff and a debuff, so cool. And she has divinity. Her NP damages all enemies, increases party defense by 20% for 3 turns, and buff removal resistance by 100% for 1 turn. This is good buff. This is good buff. This stops you from like Odysseus just straight up yoinking all your shit. Overcharges MP damage. Cool. She has a bunch of little things that multiply into each other, but her MP does not hit hard by itself. You kind of need this skill to be active for her MP to do damage, and it's because she has like nothing to buff buster cards. Here's her MP, and like this is like, you put this on Semiramis if you want her to do damage. This is buster and MP damage, which will multiply into everything, make her actually do damage. I feel like she's balanced for the CE, so I think this should just like have been intrinsic somewhere and just given her something else, like for her to like do normal amount of damage. She is an okay servant. I think she just needs buffs, like one or two, just to make her feel better. But she kind of doesn't work in. She works in Koi and Skya if you want to force feed MP, but not if you actually want to be like looping consistently. Like, because you actually might not be able to kill. But she's hot. She's a queen. Summon for the booba if you want. Peace out. See ya.